Why did I just do that? It's unexplainable, but it's because I want you to carry something new in your toolbox starting now. Let's get started. Spicy Chicken says, this video is brought to you by WD-40. What's up guys, my name is Matt with BleepinJeep. If you're new here, my mission is to just entertain, educate, and prepare you to tackle any automotive task you thought was otherwise impossible. So if you're new, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. What's going on today? Well, I'll tell you. What do you think this is? This is something that I learned exactly 1 year ago at Easter Jeep Safari. Let's take you back to that day. So there I was, minding my own business, trying to tackle a gnarly obstacle in Moab, Utah, on a little trail called Metal Masher, I believe. And what do you know, a little metal got mashed into my radiator hose. Well, what do you do at this point? How do you fix that? Well, I didn't really know, but then some strange man, whoever you are, thank you strange man, came up to me and said, I have the solution. And he did. What is that solution? Let's talk about it. Check this out. Before said strange man approached, I had no idea that this stuff existed. Side note, if you knew that this existed, you don't need to tell me. I believe you. You are a smart person. But this is called rescue tape or silicone tape. You don't have to buy the rescue tape brand. It's pretty much all the same. What you're looking for is pro-grade silicone tape. This one's 30 mil, this one's 20, this one's 30. They come in different colors, they come in different thicknesses, they come in different widths. What does all this mean? What can you do with this stuff? Well, check out the photo here. It looks like an as seen on TV ad, right? But this stuff is legit. You can repair hoses, you can repair other hoses, you can repair other things and other things and things and lots of things. So that day I needed to repair a radiator hose and I had no idea if this stuff was going to work or not, but it worked so well that I used it for the rest of the week. And in fact, for the rest of the year. And I finally replaced the hose when I was doing other stuff and just needed to replace it anyway. What I'm trying to say is this is still a valid repair over a year later. Let me show you how this works. All right, so we've got this hose and it's got this big giant gash in it, big enough for me to put my finger through. And if you're not familiar with vehicles, this is the radiator hose. Not a lot of high pressure here, but it is hot and it is about 16 psi, I'd say, for most applications. We need to repair that. Now, I need to clean it up because antifreeze is kind of sticky and gross. So the first thing I'm going to use is a cleaner. A lot of people don't know that WD-40 makes all kinds of stuff other than just lubricants. This is WD-40 Specialist Industrial Strength Cleaner and Degreaser. So that's what I'm going to use. I like WD-40 products. I've got a lot over on the shelf and they're a sponsor of mine. All right, that made quick work of that. No more stickiness from the antifreeze. WD-40 for the win. I gotta say, my original plan was to take this off and do it on the table, but I think I can get this around. Now, with this stuff, what you want to do is peel this backing off, and the way it works is you have to stretch it, double its size or double its length for it to work. So we're gonna start up higher than where we need to be. And what we want to do is pull it. You see how it gets thinner when we pull? So let's see if I have enough room. If not, I will take it off. Stretch it good, nice and tight. And we'll start working our way around, stretching and pulling this wrapper off as we go. Overlap it by 50%, and the higher the PSI that you're dealing with, the more times you want to overlap. So 3, 4, 5 times you go over itself, and eventually it's going to seal. Okay, check that out. I went up, down, and back, so that's 3 wraps on there. If I did it again, I definitely would have taken that hose off. It would have made it much easier for me to pull it tight as I wrapped it. But I was still able to do it on the vehicle, and I think that's going to be just fine. Now, when I first did this, I was like, no way that's going to work. So I also took duct tape and wrapped it really good, and then I took a zip tie and wrapped that as well. But I had a huge gash in here, a big opening. But I don't think, after seeing how well it did, I don't think that was needed. I think all you need is the tape. It really sticks to itself, and then it just kind of adheres on its own because of its silicone qualities. Okay, let's start up the Jeep and see if we have any leaks. If it'll start. This thing is a piece of junk, but it's good for testing on. There it goes. Okay, I just let it run for 10 minutes. I almost passed out and died in here, and then I decided to call it quits. But no leaks. Check that out. That's pretty cool. But this stuff says 950 psi, 12,000 volts, 500 degrees. That's kind of hard to believe. I don't have anything 950 psi, but I do have about 110. So let's try it on that. This is my air hose. It's currently got 102 psi in it. Let's see what we can do about this. I'm going to see if I can nick it. Should I clean it? I probably don't have to, but hey, WD-40, right? Oh, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. Oh, look how degreased and clean that looks now. Okay, well that didn't work worth a darn. Okay, unrealistic scenario, take 2. Okay, well, to be honest, I really wanted to show you guys doing this on a higher pressure line, like my air hose. But the first 2 attempts didn't have much luck, and I really think it all boils down to, number 1, my technique, number 2, having a lovely assistant, and number 3, I think we're gonna need more WD-40 cleaner and degreaser. I really think that is the trick. Okay, well, not everything went to plan there, but I like to think of those as teaching moments. So what did I learn here? Well, I learned that it works great on low PSI stuff, and if you want to use it on high PSI stuff, right now there's 110 PSI in this line. It's a little bit more tricky there. So to do that, what you need to do is wrap it thicker so the air was coming up and bubbling up and then working its way out. So you either need to wrap it thicker, or I think a zip tie would have really helped in this case, or duct tape over the top of this. Having a helper really helped to be able to pull this tight while I did the other stuff, so I wasn't having to fumble with both sides. And when I was wrapping, instead of wrapping it around this way, which is going to loosen the tape every time, wrap it around this direction so that you're not having to constantly pull the tape back and tighten it back up. Also, when you pull this tight, I don't really know how it works, but when you pull it tight, it's almost like it releases an adhesive. So you really need to make sure that you stretch it good before you wrap it around, and that can be tricky in tight situations or if you don't have somebody helping you out. But so far, so good. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, that's dumb, why didn't you just cut it and put it at the end? Well, that wasn't the point. The point is to show you that you can use this for anything. Maybe a power steering line, maybe you have a hydraulic line, maybe a brake line. I really don't know if this would work on brake lines, but in an emergency, yeah. I have PVC. Maybe you have a PVC line that's broke. Maybe you have a water line in your house. The purpose wasn't to show you this. It was just to show you that there's 110 pounds in here and we still got it to work. And what's great is that it's working on a flexible line, so that's really cool. I think it'd be a lot easier if it was PVC or a hard line, something like that. They're not sponsoring me. I don't really care if you buy this stuff or not, but I was saved by this stuff and I just wanted to let you guys know about it in case you didn't. So I will leave a link, an Amazon link down below to the products that I found. One of them was rescue tape and then the other one was just ProxiCast Pro grade silicone tape. But down below in the description, if you click the little arrow, I'll have links down there for you if you are interested in putting that in your toolbox for an emergency, or even in your house for an emergency, a busted water line or pipe or something like that. Question of the day, I use this on a radiator hose and an air hose, but what are some strange, weird ways that you can think that this stuff might come in handy? Leave your answers down below in the comments box. I'll also leave a link on where you can find WD-40 locally as well. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.